Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most innovative tarot reading on the internet. How do we accomplish this? Very simply, we do two things, two parts. First, we focus on tarot. I've done tarot for over 20 years. Come to find out from my experience, tarot does not predict a thing. Once in a while you might get a little nibble, but it really doesn't predict anything. That's not its power. Its power is the science of potential, your potential to manifest, your potential to rebuild, refurbish, rearrange your matrix. We all live in a matrix. Yes, there's the world matrix, there's your local matrix, there's your personal matrix. It gives you a chance to be able to make the basic adjustment in your matrix. You adjust yourself, you adjust your energy. That's what tarot's all about. Right? It's about energy, it's about frequency, and we know how important that is. At least intellectually, we say the right words. I don't think that we buy into it emotionally. For example, everybody manifests. That's a God given gift. When you're very young, and I don't know what age, 3, 4, 5, you begin to kind of ask questions, you begin to want things, you begin to kind of figure out the world or the matrix around you. And you begin to project into the future. That's what tarot's all about. It's the frequency of your potential. What can you do with this frequency? Now, today's reading is all about putting out the fires. You've heard that expression. Very often, you don't just generally get one fire. You have, especially if you got a windy situation or you have government interference, as we have gotten on the west coast of the United States and in Canada, they set fires, and they set lots of them. So you have to go one by one, putting out the fires, one by one, putting out the fires, one by one. It's very tedious, has to be done. And so in your matrix, in some special way, that's what you need to do. Put out the fires, put out the problems, put out the aggravations, deal with the crap that everybody has to deal with in their own way in their lives. I mean, life is not a clear. I don't give a damn if you're a trillionaire. You still got shit in your life. You got to deal with it. You got money. It's a little easier. Just hand somebody a check. They'll handle it for you. But, life was not meant to be handed off to somebody else. Life was meant to be lived by us, to go through the stuff, to swim through the porridge and come out the other end. Battered, beaten, bruised, yeah. So the idea of putting out fires in today's Tao Manifesting Tarot is something very good. It's building blocks. That's really what you're doing. You're building your matrix. And instead of wanting more, maybe what you need to focus on is wanting quality in your life. We'll talk more about value system coming up down the road. Let's get back to the original. So it's Tao Manifesting Tarot. Today's idea is putting out the fires. Now I take 3 cards. That's all I need. There's some sort of a magic in the number 3. Ask Nikola Tesla, Einstein, Catholic Church, Trinity. 3 has some kind of a magical quality to it. So I only need 3 cards. I think that's all you need. You have 3 distinct tarot frequencies. And then you perform a kind of alchemy. You blend the 3 frequencies together, come up with a single frequency, which becomes then your Tao manifesting. Yeah, it's the matrix revealed to you, literally, human kryptonite. As I said, tarot is the science of your potential. Tarot means transmutation in your life. Remember, it's potential. You don't have to go for it. You can say, no, I'm going to pass this up. I don't. Whatever the reading every day is, that means that day, that period of the reading, maybe a 24-hour deal. Maybe longer. Sometimes that happens. But that's the energy. That's the opening. Now, sometimes it seems bigger. Sometimes the opportunity seems smaller. It doesn't make any difference. Some of the biggest journeys, some of the biggest accomplishments starts with just one step. And that's what this is all about. Building blocks. Putting out the fires one by one by one by one. And yeah, it's tedious. Yeah, it's irritating. but it's necessary. Okay? So, because of that, I say, alrighty, so let's get to this tarot reading. I want to make sure that it is as clear and clean as it possibly can. I don't want any of the other crap that usually comes with readings. No fantasy, no unicorns, no rainbows, no energy waves coming from outer space. I focus on a simple 3-card singular frequency that you can understand. It's your cosmic weather report that we're concerned about because the tarot reading is clear, concise. You're going to know exactly what the energy is. There's no guessing, no second guessing. But like everything else, you have to kind of plan. Let's say, for example, you have a chance at a long weekend. Okay, so you want to get out of the city. Maybe go to the mountains, the lake, the ocean, maybe the desert. I enjoy the desert. I've been out in the Mojave, God, a dozen times. One of my favorite places. Whatever it is, doesn't make any difference. The thing is, before you take that long weekend, you want to know, okay, if I'm going to invest in the time, what the hell's the weather going to be like? You know, I live just along Lake Superior. We get winter. We get rough winter. Now, January, February, March, December, January, February, March. If it's snowing, I expect it and I'm prepared for it. I can deal with it. If it snows in July, which once in a great while it's happened up here, it catches everybody by surprise. Kind of shuts everybody down. Rainy weather generally keeps people indoors, unless you're a frog or a fish. So you want to know, is the weather going to be suitable for what I want to do on this long weekend? We do the same thing with the tarot reading. We got the frequency, 3 cards distilled down to one frequency. It's alchemy in the best possible way. Now the question is, what's the cosmic weather going to be like? So to help me with that, I do something I call astrologic. From time to time, I'll take a look at the astrology, numerology, because those are the science of cycles. I've done astrology, numerology for 50 years, tarot for 20. Tarot's potential, but the weather report comes from the astrology and numerology because there's the science of cycles. Things keep repeating, energies keep repeating. You hear people said all the time, we don't learn anything from history. The morons in the group go, yeah, we learn from it. We don't learn a damn thing. You can go back to the time of Julius Caesar when he saw Rome because of the Jew bankers. He saw Rome destroyed. He comes back from some sort of a battle or something. People are in the streets. Nobody has jobs. They're poor. It's terrible. It looked like downtown San Francisco or downtown Chicago or downtown. If you pick a big city, that's what Rome looked like. And he came back from this battle and he said, that's enough. I'm going to change the economic system. We're going to get something better. Jewish bankers didn't like it. And that's why 32 politicians, 32 senators to be exact, stabbed him at the same time, killed him. Okay, so the idea is that kind of energy, we haven't changed at all. Haven't changed at all. We talk a good game. We're still just as the vulnerable pieces of crap that we've always been. At some point, we have to rise up, and this may be our opportunity. It's going to take a hell of a bit, but we do timing again. 250 years ago, Pluto, Uranus, in certain spots, we had to declare our independence as a nation. Just last year, Pluto and Uranus in the same spot takes 250 years because of Pluto. Guess what we're doing? We're looking at our Declaration of Independence renewal, 250 years, birth, next summer. 250 years. And we could lose it all. Some say we're in the process of losing it all, but you're seeing the revolutionary energy, Pluto Uranus 250 years ago. Oh, by the way, Civil War, Uranus was also involved, but the planet Neptune was. It's back in the same spot. Civil War, revolution, those two energies coming. Doesn't it kind of feel that way? That's why history repeats, and apparently we don't learn a damn thing. So what I do is I take the tarot, distill it to one single energy, say, here's your opportunity. Here's the weather, the cosmic weather. Or what I'll do is take news, current modern news, and give you a feeling the same way. It all depends which way my mood is, which way I can highlight the information so it's clear. I'm telling a story. I want you to see it, to hear it, to feel. So, knowing the repetitive patterns, you not only know what the energetic destination is going to be, but you also know what it's going to feel like, what it's going to look like. You'll recognize it when you get there. It makes you more effective, keeping your spiritual kryptonite strong and vital. Going to begin digging in for you, but first let's start here at the cosmic cycles. Today's tarot message in different words: think Lego. You know those building blocks you had as a little kid? Think cosmic Lego parts. We need to see the big picture these days, but it is too often too big to comprehend. We just get overloaded. We give up. Kind of kills our ability to have a better life because we just surrender. We do that so easily. Gosh. So rather than consume everything at once, big gulp, how about taking small bites? It's easier, it's more satisfying, it helps understand the storyline. Just one chapter at a time, one chapter at a time. Remember, we were talking about building blocks, we were putting out the fires. That's how we're going to do it, one bite at a time. Bigger sometimes is better. This isn't one of those times. Hey, just want to remind you, I do have a singular email, tau at tarot, or not tau at tarot, tau-tarot at proton.me. God, it's right in front of my face. What the hell can't I read? Tau-tarot at proton.me. Write anything you want. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be positive. You can be negative. You can be whatever you want. It's just reaching out. Let's kind of touch. It seems to be the way we do it these days. Not actual touching anymore, but going via the internet. Tau-tarot at proton.me. I check it every day. I thank you in advance for the investment in your time and energy. All righty. So let's get to it. We do the moments in time stuff, do some flashcard type stuff. Interesting person in the news these days because just recently, within a day or two, I think it was Ghana or Uganda in Africa, just literally threw out Bill Gates. He cannot come to that country or those countries again because they have determined that for all his messing around with vaccines and shots and health and all that stuff, he's actually hurting the African people. He's giving them vaccinations that they have proven that make the women infertile, plus pass disease. He is not this altruistic champion that some asshole morons believe out there. If you believe that, then you have had your head up your ass for years. He is not a beneficent. He doesn't care about you. He has point blank said, we're going to get rid of you by 2030. They want 95% of the world's population gone by 2030. Just 500 million at most on the planet. That's eugenics. Plus, of course, he's been doing all this experimenting with all these shots. He's not a lawyer, didn't finish college. In fact, if you take a look at the history of Microsoft and Windows, he almost stole the Windows program. He got it from an engineering student, paid him $30,000 or something like that, and then he went in and made a few small changes, and then he claimed that he was the one who did Windows. That's bullshit. Of course, everything he says is bullshit. And finally, the African countries are showing the balls to say, hey, get out of here, and we don't ever want to see you again because we know your game. And in fact, I think they're taking him to court. I think there are a couple of places around the world that are taking Bill Gates to court. Oh, I'd have plans for Billy. Court does not fit in the plans, but I think you get the idea. Let's go to the meme for the day. We're sticking with these morons, these rich bastard morons. Soros. We got Gates again. Fauci. The guy at the World Economic Forum. They all should be behind bars. In fact, frankly, I wouldn't waste my time on putting them in prison. But here on the bottom left, Jekov Kamnami says, without the unvaccinated, the world would already be eating bugs, lining up for their 11th booster, hiding in their basements like obedient lab rats. It's our resistance. It's the non vaxxers. It's our refusal and our voice that is shaking the system and waking some people up. This whole scam is the largest psyops in human history, designed to break our heads, to break our freedoms, to turn our society into a digital prison. He goes on, I won't. I think you get the message. And over on the upper right, we have Debbie West talking about human beings have been used as an experimental pincushion since the Rockefellers in 1910. In fact, John D. Rockefeller rewrote the literature for the College of Surgeons and Physicians. He also rewrote the literature for the education systems globally. Indoctrinate us. That was the plan. And they've been doing it ever since. In fact, we had a story yesterday about Jonas Salk, the guy who supposedly invented the polio vaccine. He admitted in 1961 in court to Congress, virtually all of the polio stuff came from the vaccine. You know, here in the bottom right side, the best part of being a conspiracy theorist nut job is not having myocarditis, HIV, turbo cancer from Pfizer. Oh, yeah, it's big juju. Be brave, be strong, hang in there, because the people who are bitching, who are asking questions, are literally keeping humanity hanging by a string. Go to the missing link, tying it all together. Rockefeller shows up again. 1927 news article. I don't know the paper, I can't read it. Shows America was sold to 5 billionaires, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Harrimans, and Warburgs. Oh, the Warburg brothers, by the way, funded World War I completely. The two brothers. One worked on the United States side, funding America. The other one worked in Germany. They made lots of money. So 1927, a news article says, hey, the guys with the bucks own it. I think they did it in 1913 with the Federal Reserve, which was linked directly to the Bank of England, which both are directly linked to Jew Zionist bankers. And I just wanted to throw this in because this shows you what's really going on, how scammed you are. Utility bills are going up. Everybody's noticing it. And where that demand for electricity comes from, the energy to run the artificial intelligence centers. They take tons. They're starving for power. They need lots of power. Now, what's was this thing about maybe solar or wind? No. They're not doing any of it now. Crank out the carbon stuff, which, by the way, is not threatening the climate, but they don't mention it. It was bullshit to begin with. It's bullshit now. But I want you to know, in large part, the reason your utility bills are going up is because they want to run the AI stuff. They want to control your life, and you're paying for it. Here is the Tao Manifested reading. We got the background. We know the destination. We see the picture. What's the weather going to be like? Let's take a look at the tarot energy again. Five of Wands. The card shows petty bickering and discord, which is going on right now. Here they had the No King rallies going on just recently. Here's the deal that lets you to know that it's a fake. They had no agenda. All they wanted to do was get together however they chose to, and it was pretty dumb most of the time, but they chose to get together and just bitch about the president. Did they offer any solutions? They're going to take care of the middle class. We're going to take care of healthcare costs. We're going to take care of the border. We're going to take care of a whole long list of things. No, they didn't say anything. All they did was bitch about Trump. That is a parade. That is not a protest or demonstration. Fake. Next card. After all this bickering, we got to find harmony in communications. We're going to be some people who are just not going to find harmony with. So you look for the people who you can have harmony with. That's what it's going to take. I suspect on a global level, certainly the United States is included in this. I think there's going to be a separation of states. Whether we physically, geographically separate or not, it's a different story. Psychologically, politically, absolutely. Absolutely. We're in the midst of a civil war now. When people get together just to bitch, offer no positive solutions, that's just a show. It's no go. So, what's the answer? Six of Swords. A painful transition. You know what's true. You see the guy in the boat with the wife and child. Six swords in the boat. Those swords stand for truth, integrity, honesty. He's in a boat and he's moving. He's leaving. He says, I can't do it anymore. Now, that doesn't mean he has to physically leave, although that's temptation. A lot of people would like to get the hell away from the city, be independent. That takes a lot of commitment and responsibility, both of which human beings are not terribly prepared for. So, begin with yourself. Decide what is true for you. Change your thinking, change your lifestyle, change your planning. You're going to get different results. It's the only hope. It's the only hope, and it should be obvious at this point. Hey, we're out of time. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. It's an investment. I take it seriously. Be sure to be back tomorrow, same time, same station. In the meantime, like and subscribe. God, we need your support. Between now and the next time we do tarot, peace and blessings.